Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. Woo! What is going on, everybody? Let's get these cards shuffled with some energy. Shake it out. Happy Monday, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? Woo, this is super exciting. Coming up on the heels of Halloween and all the spookiness going on. I forgot to make my announcements on social media that I was going live. I totally spaced on that. So we'll see how many people pop in tonight. And nevertheless, we will have a great show and we will have a nice chit chat. And then we will go into the astrological sign predictions for the week. And then if anyone wants any readings, then we will do that. Let's see. One thing that I forgot to do. And that was to get my link for donations, which I really appreciate everyone who gives me donations. It's so awesome. It really helps the channel and it's a nice energy exchange of gratitude, that's for sure. Okay. We will get started in about 30 more seconds. Woo! Just in time. Hola, Bill, my moderator. How are you? Hold on, I'm pulling something up really fast. I backed up my computer manually today, and so it kind of everything's running a little bit differently. Okay. All right. We'll just wait for a second. So, how are you, Bill? What's going on? And everyone else who has joined. It's so funny. When I first started going live on YouTube and I would see that there are only a few people viewing, it actually, and it would make me feel disappointed that, oh, you know, I didn't promote or whatever. But what I've come to find out after doing these videos is even though it says that there are so many people viewing, the number is so not accurate at all. Hey, Nikki. And last week, they said that there were only 9 people in the room viewing. And when I got off the show, there were 23 people or maybe 29 people. And that was how many people didn't even chime in, which I was surprised. So if you're out there hiding and being shy, chime in the chat and say hello if you haven't introduced yourself yet at this point in time. So how is everyone doing? Nikki, Bill, I'm so happy to see you. I was saying, I don't know if you guys heard, I forgot to post on Instagram and Facebook that I was going live tonight. So we'll see what kind of turnout we get, but oh well. You know what? It's all about the people that are here. Marley, hey Donna. Love it, love it. All the regulars are coming back. Woohoo! So as I was shuffling, as we were just kind of opening up the evening, I did pull the Harmony card for everybody, which I think is beautiful. Because there's so many different things about harmony. harmonizing our chakras, harmonizing with our relationships, harmonizing with our inner voice and the stillness of our inner voice so we can hear our inner guidance. And it's interesting because what we'll talk about tonight is we're going to talk about, let's see, before we came live, I was like trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to title it, so I really don't know. We're just kind of freestyle it. But I feel like letting go of resistance and also just going in the flow. So you take all those things and just swirl it together, add water and stir. There you go. And it was funny because the other day I was thinking about my current circumstances, as we all do. And I was able for the first time to separate my circumstances and trying to figure every next step out, and realizing that the more detail that I put into it, the more resistance I was putting into it. So basically, the more I was trying to strategize and plan it, I was putting this sense of control around it, and controlling is resisting. So I literally sat there and said, you know what? I looked around, and on my Calm app, it had literally just popped up, name 3 things you're grateful for. And I'm like, you know what? I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. And I just let go of all of the resistance and trying to plan and strategize. And I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. One of my friends who is in this room, actually 2 of them, literally text me at the same time for an opportunity. And I was so stoked because I literally had in my hand the book, The Power of Now. And I was literally going to the diner across the street to just read it and be in the moment and stop trying to figure out my next step. And the minute I stopped the resistance and went in the flow down the stream with the universe, I literally was in the flow and I was able to let the good things come in. So it was just really interesting to me. It's taken a while and a lot of mental separation that to even myself every day, that I'm not my thoughts. I control my thoughts. My thoughts don't control me. And I'm slowly starting to tweak it where I can recognize it faster and catch myself before I go down a mental path of, agony. And then I'm so mentally exhausted, I've talked myself out of the situation altogether. So yeah, let's see. Oh, that's too bad that Cassandra's child is not feeling well tonight. I'm sorry. Send my positive vibes for feeling bright and cheery again tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, and so it's just interesting because as I was tuning into this more about letting go of resistance and letting go of, the more detail you put into it, the more you put up resistance. But they still feel like there's a fine line because you still need to strategize, right? So it's like, where is that fine line? And I think what the beauty of that is, it's like doing a yoga pose. You're constantly tweaking. And some days you tweak so much, and the next day you're like, I can't tweak as far as I did yesterday, so I'm going to just hold back. And I think that we all feel this frustration at this point in the year that we want to just push things forward so we can feel a sense of accomplishment as we turn the corner around the mark to 2021. But I think that it's very important to understand we are exactly where we need to be, no matter what your circumstance is. Even if you are, sitting in your car in traffic for an hour and a half, that's exactly where you're supposed to be, because either a song is going to come on the radio, or you're going to get a phone call from somebody, or you're just going to get a thought to listen to a podcast, and you're going to get information coming into you that needs to reach you, and you have to be in a space to receive it. If you're constantly busy with social media, looking at your phone, scrolling, you're not going to see the messages. And if you do, you're not going to be able to take them from your subconscious and translate it into your conscious mind, because we literally have, I don't even know the exact math on, or the numbers of how many subconscious thoughts that we have coming into our mind every single minute, every single second, and only a small percentage makes it to our conscious mind. So it's very important to clear out the clutter as much as we can so we can start talking and getting more in tune with our subconscious mind and really reprogramming our set points of the stories that we tell ourselves of what our self-value is, of what we can give out into the world, and raising that bar. But we have to go into a subconscious level. So what I recommend there's a ton of meditations on YouTube of sleep meditations. I have some. I listen to my own because it's my own voice, but sometimes I don't like listening to my own voice when I go to sleep, so because I'm already in my head. But there's some really great ones. There's a really great one called Doxy. I really like that channel a lot, and there's some really great meditations on there, and it's all about really just tuning in. And so what I decided to do is, I'm still working on how I'm going to roll this out, but I'm actually going to work a 30-day manifestation for myself between starting today, which I actually got up and I did meditation and I did some visualization. And I'm going to do that when I get up and before I go to bed, which I haven't been doing consistently because it's like I'll go out with friends or I end up at happy hour. I'm not going to do that, especially since things are on lockdown again in Chicago, which is perfect timing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to film a video every day with maybe an angle of just one affirmation I focus on with storytelling time, and by using that affirmation and turning it around. Just like 5-10 minute videos, and just kind of do like a 30-day journey that people can come along with me, rather than me giving you the end result that may or may not be actually 30 days. I'm actually going to hold myself accountable to do it. And I challenge the universe to see what it will bring into me in 30 days when I start meditating more, letting go of control and letting go of resistance and going more in the flow with the universe and accepting exactly where I'm meant to be right now is exactly where I'm meant to be. And that takes a lot of mental power to do that, and a lot of mental strength. And that's one thing that as humans, we're not programmed. A lot of people think, oh, if I'm meditating, I'm in a good spot forever. No, you have to constantly do it, or anything to do to get yourself into that frame of mind that is keeping you in that calm space, because we're not here to reach a goal and then be done. We're constantly learning. And so in order to master the law of attraction and manifesting things from the 5D into the 3D, just really into your reality, it takes a lot of emotional intelligence within yourself and a lot of mental power to separate your thoughts from your emotions. And the key takeaway is, this is so funny how this totally went down a totally different path. I love the whole freestyle. But the key takeaway is a lot of people believe in the law of attraction, and they may see similar results and similar synchronicities throughout the day or after a couple of days. But in order to really manifest it, you have to actually feel the emotion first. And that's why they say, oh, when you're journaling, feel the emotion, rather than the end result. Because in our logical mind, we want to know the end result, right? Because it's our left brain. In our right brain, it's all about the creativity and the emotion and the harmonizing. Where did that card go? And getting into the music and the harmony and exploring some freestyle, I've been listening to a ton of jazz lately, and playing my guitar. I actually just got some really great strings. I'm going to re-string my guitar after the show. And it's all about just like sitting down, and I sit there and just like play, and I do different scales, and I make a ton of stuff up. And before I know it, 2 hours have passed. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I think 2 weeks ago I was late to my live show because I was playing guitar. So I was in the flow. That's the whole point, is being in the flow, being in that process, being in the vortex of what your higher being already knows what you want to have and the experiences you want to have. And you just have to get into the feeling of how those experiences would make you feel. And once you get into the feeling, and if you can vibrate there for a small amount of time every day, and I'm talking literally like a couple minutes, that's it. Not even that. They even say seconds. Like Abraham Hicks says, if you can stay in the vortex and that feeling for 13 seconds or 16 seconds, that's all you have to do. And then it's like you set it, then you forget it. Once you start obsessing, then you put up resistance. You have to stop obsessing. So, woo, how does everyone think about that? That's a lot of information I just threw at you. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Bill. I'm going to redo some of those sleep videos. It's funny, when I did those sleep meditation videos, I did it with my my iPhone headpiece. And the only quiet place I could find was in my closet, where there wasn't a reverberation. And so now that I have yes, Marley, I knew that you would do that. You would do, seriously, you're like the encyclopedia of everything. I love it. But now that I have a proper mic, and I'm going to redo some of those, and also, just because I did those a year ago, I want to refresh them. So that's on my list of things to do as well. So yeah. Oh yeah, Marley. Yep. For sure. Exactly. Aunt Donna. Oh, I love you. So sometimes when you don't see an opportunity being presented to in front of your face, because you're so focused on what you want, that if it's not showing up as the ice cream sundae with the sprinkles and the oozy goozy, like warm chocolate fudge and the whipped cream and the cherry on top, if it doesn't show up like that, but really opportunity to be coming, and it's this beautiful like milkshake, right? So it's the same thing, just in a different form. So you have to say yes to things that are coming toward you. For instance, like even on a career index of things, I get a lot of opportunities to talk to people. And I'm better at filtering, because I get also approached with like multi-level marketing opportunities that I have zero interest in. And but I still listen to them and ask the questions. And once I figure out exactly where it is, I'm like, yep, that's not even in the dessert realm of what I'm looking for. But yeah, I mean, even opportunity of just saying hello to somebody on the street and being kind is being in the flow, and you don't have to sit there and say yes to every stranger that walks by, but just to be aware and to be in tune with your environment and using your emotional intelligence and not letting your ego step in and say, nope, doesn't look like this. Nope, it's not as shiny as you wanted it to be. And also knowing your self-value. It comes down to that as well. It's all about self-value and how you see yourself, because people see you as you see yourself. So I know I keep like, oh my gosh, I've already been talking 20 minutes, but I do want to say this. So something that is really chiming through to me right now is not chasing and putting things on pedestals, because the minute you think that something's so important, all of a sudden you're telling the universe, I'm not worthy of having this because this is better than me. It's up here. It's up here. And all of a sudden it's unreachable. And now you've written that narrative that it's that important. You have to have that income. You have to have that certain amount of bonus. You have to have this, rather than just being grateful and just saying, whatever comes to me, comes to me. And a way of thinking about it is when you sit there and you see a puppy sitting in front of you, and you go up to it and you're like, oh, you're so cute. And it's like, hey, I want to play. And then once you start playing with it, it kind of runs away and starts playing games with you, and you're like chasing it. That's the same thing. If you take something and you start chasing it and trying to control the situation, the timing, what you're going to say, everything like that, then it's literally just going to keep being out of your reach. So that's another thing, is don't put things on pedestals. And that's including people, it's including income, it's including anything in your life. Okay. All right. So we will do, we're going to go into the astrology. So because I'm not feeling totally creative tonight, we're going to start with the Aries. All right, Aries, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Let's see what's going on for you this week. All right, Aries. Ooh, we have the Goblins card. All right. So what I'm sensing, there's a lot of negative energy around you that's sucking your energy, which makes a lot of sense since your ruling planet, Mars, is in retrograde until the end of November. I know that because I'm an Aries and I feel like everything in my life is at a complete standstill. And so I do feel like there's, especially when you have a lot of time in your hands, it's easy to get distracted by shiny objects because you think, ooh, that's going to give me something to do. Do not recommend you doing it this week, Aries, especially with the new moon or the full moon coming on Halloween in the Northern Hemisphere, depending on where you are, the 30th, but in North America, the 31st. So let's see what the challenge is this week. Ooh, beginnings. Okay, so that's what I just said. Don't get distracted by little shiny objects that you may be false sense of beginnings and maybe leading you down a path or distracting you from staying on your chill, zen. This is where I'm supposed to be, space and time. And let's see what the overall advice is. It's funny, I said that I totally channeled that before I even pulled the beginnings card, and that's what it came out to be. Oh my gosh, you guys, I seriously cannot make this up. Please look at the picture. Did I not just do that pose, rest and rejuvenation and zen? So your overall advice this week, Aries, is to stay, oh my God, I love my guides for letting me channel like so clearly. Aries, do not get distracted by shiny objects and stay in your zen state of mind this week, okay? Don't feel like you need to push things forward because you're feeling out of balance and bored, because it is going to turn around, unfortunately, not until the end of November. So, oh my gosh, crazy. Okay, let's see what's going on. Woohoo! All right, so we will move on to Taurus. So Taurus, we have intention. It's all about using your scholarly knowledge. And this is where you are right now. You may be teaching somebody something new, or you may be in a space where you are teaching, or someone's teaching you. Remember, the teacher becomes a student and the student becomes a teacher. It's all cyclical. So let's see what your challenge is this week. By putting out your energy, doing all this teaching, are you replenishing yourself? So your challenge this week is you are learning something that can deliver you prosperity and bring you a sense of feeling accomplishment. And that doesn't have to be monetarily. It could be just by the simple fact of teaching somebody something new or learning something new. And I think what the challenge is saying that you need to realize that not everything that's abundance and prosperous is monetary, and that everything it has a gift in it. All right. So let's see what the overall advice is for Taurus this week. Material and spiritual prosperity. You cannot make this up, you guys. I cannot believe this. So that's the overall advice, is saying material. Just because you feel prosperous, you're going to be more spiritually fulfilled this week just by accepting the cycle of learning and teaching and learning. And it's not all about if you're getting a monetary value attached to it. So that's your overall advice, Aries. Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Woohoo. All right. So let's move on to Gemini. All right, Gemini. So we have home. So you either could be spending a lot of time at home or feeling that you have found a place and time where you feel a sense of home. And you could also maybe feel like no matter where you are, you feel at home. So let's see what your challenge this week. Belonging. So the challenge is, do you feel like you belong where you are right now? So I feel like this is more of since I do a ton of sailing, it's always like home is where you plant your anchor, or home is where you plant your umbrella on the beach, right? So you may be feeling a little bit unsteady this week. So make sure that your challenges wherever you travel and move forward, Gemini, is you need to just make sure you feel like you're feeling belonged and valued, and vice versa. But remember, you mirror out what you put out into the world. All right, Gemini, let's see what your overall advice is this week. Ooh, prosperity begins. So once you plant the right seeds and you understand where the belonging is where you want to plant the seeds to call your home, you will have a prosperous outcome. And look at this tree, how it's sprouting up through the earth with the love of the two hands. And then you also have the tree, the green leaves, is starting to bear fruit. So this is all a brand new beginning for you, Gemini. Ooh, that's awesome. All right, let's move on to Cancers. What's going on, my Cancers? Ooh, Wizard of Awareness. So there's some strategery going on right now around you. Either you're strategizing something and trying, whatever you're touching turns to gold like an alchemist, or something is going to come through for you this week that's going to touch that part of you to either inspire you to move forward or give you a gift. So your advice is the beginnings card. So yes, something new. I love it. Yes, The Alchemist. It's a great book too. So Cancers, there's definitely something new that you are manifesting this week. Ooh, I wonder what it is. I can't wait to hear about it. You just the challenge is you need to make sure that you recognize that it's a new beginning and not a repeat up from the past is what I'm hearing. It's very clear to me that it is a new cycle coming in for you. So yes, your overall advice is firm foundation. So you have a brand new beginning starting this week. And I don't know what this is. It could be love. It could be career. You have to come back and tell me next week. But the firm foundation is all about the root and the root chakra and the basis of the bottom of your back. So if you are feeling a little bit of stress in the bottom of your back, that actually feels like that is actually more financial, your lower back. That means you have money worries. Just know. So I feel like this is definitely going to be a new beginning of some sort of money coming in for you. Okay. Leos, sun, moon, rising. Ooh, Leos, listening. Are you listening to the notes that are coming in for you? Are you harmonizing with the universe, Leo, sun, moon, rising, or Venus? Interesting. There's a lot going on around you. Are you listening to the right things? So your overall advice this week is delight. Ooh, very cool. So your advice this week is every music note that you're hearing and every song, only listen to the things that give you the delight. Don't listen to the music that sucks, that, is just annoying you, or, you don't feel like you have to listen to every station this week is what I'm hearing. The reason why we're talking about music is because the overall advice card, the beginning of the show, was all about harmonizing. Okay, so your overall advice this week is passion is ignited. This is awesome. So when you stay in the state of delight, which is also that getting that feeling again that we were talking about at the beginning of the show, that feeling of really just igniting that passion, that feeling and feeling it, not thinking about it. And it's literally going to light this inside of you and ignite a whole new passion inside of you. I love this. This is so beautiful. This is a very powerful card, and it is a new beginning. All right. How's everyone doing in the chat? All right, we'll move on to Virgos. Virgos, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. And you guys know when I say that, right? You should go and listen to all the signs. Again, I keep emphasizing, make sure you look at your natal charts, because when I say sun, moon, rising, or Venus, those are going to have messages in there for you too. So this isn't just a one-dimensional astrological sign reading for 12 signs. It's literally multi-layered and dimensional. All right, Virgos. Ooh, we have sad embrace. So I feel like, Virgos typically go inside and hermit mode a lot, but I do feel like right now Virgos are feeling very in a state of sadness and feeling alone and isolated. So let's see what the challenge is this week to get out of that, so you can be aware of it when you start to feel that coming on, Virgo. Okay, so interesting. So yep, the delight card, just like the Leos, you need to do things that give you delight. If it's not delightful, don't do it. Don't waste your time, don't waste your energy, especially if you're sitting in this sadness space. You're really not going to be able to embrace much anything else. It's just going to just be a burden on you. So I highly recommend only do things that are delightful for you. Don't be doing it for somebody else. Oh, thank you, Bill, for the confirmation. All right, so the overall advice for Virgos is moving on. So yep, you need to move out of the shadows into the light and get rid of, see how this man he's moving into the light, and you can't see it on camera, but he's holding something in his hand, like a staff. But anyway, there's all these autumn leaves, and so he's like basically coming out of the fall into the spring. Okay, so you need to get out of that wintry feeling. And if you could see this card, it looks very wintry. It looks like a I don't know, I'm sure Marley will say something about what kind of cartoon it looks like. Oh my gosh, it looks like Jack Frost. It looks like a depressed Jack Frost. Oh. So your overall advice this week is to move out of the things that no longer serve you and that are keeping you down in this dumps of this frozen iceland. Move into the light and do things that are delightful for you. Yes, a White Walker. Did you guys watch Saturday Night Live with Adele? I saw that, and then I went back and looked at some archives with Kit from Game of Thrones. It was pretty funny, and they did a whole thing with White Walkers. Yeah, the Night King. Exactly. That's hilarious. Okay, so I like how I went to the whole like animation realm and you guys went to the HBO realm. That's awesome. Okay, so we have Libras next. Libra, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Libras, are you listening with a balanced point of view right now? There's a lot of music, beautiful music being played around you. And see this elephant is bending down? I think that's, I'm not really sure what's on top of his head. I can't tell. It looks like it might be a butterfly or a pear. It's undecided. But anyway, nevertheless, are you bowing down to the right music, or are you listening to other people's chitter chatter around you and it's influencing you? Okay, so the advice this week, or the challenge, sorry, I got distracted. I thought my phone was on silent, is the prosperity card. See, this card keeps popping out. This card and the delight card, I love how they are all in sync. So I really feel that you will feel prosperous when you're listening to the right harmonies and melodies this week. And don't listen to anything that feels off tune. If it's out of tune or off, don't even pay attention to it, because it's going to lead you down the wrong path, and it will do the opposite of giving you prosperity. It will actually make you feel lacking. Okay. The overall advice card is the universe card. This is awesome. This is like literally, okay, so when I was meditating today, I was imagining white light coming up through my feet and going up, scanning up all through my body as I was relaxing each body part, my jaw and my eyes and the crown chakra. And this is what I imagined the light to be, honestly. And it literally, and like with the little sparkles and the stars and like the blue and the purple, it really made me get into the feeling of what I wanted to manifest this next month. And so I visualized 2 different things I wanted. And that's the overall advice, is I think that you need to listen to the things that make you feel like this and very ethereal and elated. And that's what's going to bring the prosperity this week, or it's going to ignite it and it will start to snowball as time goes through. Ooh. All right, Scorpios in the hizzy. This card flew across the desk and did not fall on the floor. Okay, interesting. Okay, so Scorpios, where you are right now this week is follow the leader, okay? So this card, I will eventually have a better light. I actually have a light coming tomorrow. It's supposed to come last week. It didn't. But this is a winding path that goes up to this tree. It actually reminds me of the movie Watership Down at the end when all the rabbits are playing around. But this tree has a clock on it. And so the time is 10 to 12. So that could be important to you this week. 10 or 12 or 10 to 12 or 12 minutes to 10. That might be something of importance to you. But overall, this is where you are. You're just kind of, just kind of lackadaisically going down the path, which is perfect. You want to go with the flow, but at the end, time's ticking. So you might want to maybe put some pep in your step. And let's see what the challenge is. Let's see how that syncs up. So no pep in your step. Relaxation. So relaxing and knowing that you're on the right path, and don't let time and the sense of time, which time doesn't even exist anyway, don't let that sense of time make you feel like you're not accomplishing anything and manifesting and letting all these beautiful gifts come into your life at the right time, because if you don't want to force it. Whatever it is, you don't want to force it. So just relax a little bit. Take a load off, eat some bonbons, and some chocolate covered strawberries with some champagne. Oh yeah, let me see, Bill, 1 second. Hold on. One second. Sorry. So that's what you need to do. And okay, I know that may have been a little annoying that I took that long pause, but that's what you need to do this week, Scorpio. See, I totally just went off on a little tangent. I didn't eat any bonbons, but man, I do want some. Oh, I have some Halo ice cream in their freezer. I know what I'm doing later. Okay, so your overall advice this week, Scorpios. Ooh, okay. Third eye chakra. Okay, so this is the third eye right here. It's actually kind of brilliant. I feel like there might be a little shiny spot right here. Oh, there we go. Perfect. See how it's like, boom. So the right things to do at the right time, and you may not know that you're doing them or you're hearing this information. You just feel divinely inspired, and you are literally seeing it right before it happens. Like you just get a glimpse of something and just grab onto it and trust it. So it's all about trusting your third eye and your intuition. And I highly recommend surrounding yourself in some purple energy with meditation, similar to that. I put it back in the deck. The universe card that I was just talking about, and really just feeling the energy and feeling the emotion and shooting it out through your third eye. Does that make sense? Have you guys noticed that Mercury Retrograde has been really, really jacked up? I've had the weirdest things happen with all of my technology, like weird stuff. Like even Siri will start talking to me in the other room, and I don't even have an Alexa, just on my phone. I'll say something and I'm like, excuse me, I don't even have that feature turned on. It's really strange. All right, so moving on to Capricorn. Okay, I'm only doing this because it just literally popped out of the deck again. So Capricorn, you got the same card as Scorpio. What is up with this? Which I skipped Sagittarius. I see what I'm just saying is like Mercury Retrograde is like jacking me up. We'll do Capricorn, then we'll go back to Sagittarius. So this is the same thing, is you're feeling like maybe this sense of urgency, but I feel like you should be going with the flow of the universe and following the lead rather than forcing things to happen and going from like point A to point B. Go on this windy path and discover what's going on in these beautiful, delightful gifts along the way. And, there's like fairies and ducks and geese. Those might be important to you this week, Capricorn. So let's see what your challenge is. We'll see if you're supposed to be more of the leader or the follower. Guidance. So either you're giving guidance, but I feel like you're being guided down this path of just relaxation and chilling and letting go of the sense and the idea of time. So you need to trust it this week. Trust your inner guidance because it's leading you down the right path. Like look how you see Ganesha is sitting there and there's these ancestors giving this information and all this guidance. Usually Ganesha is like the biggest one on the card, but here you have all these like higher insights and power. So you need to pay attention to your guidance of your ancestors. And side note, I was doing some energy reads and chakra readings for some people. And I really got into honoring your ancestors if you are into marigolds. If you use marigolds, and I thought about the movie Coco again with the animation movies. They use a ton of marigolds, and actually, I grew up with my mom always planting marigolds, and I wonder if she intuitively knew that it was honoring our ancestors. But listen to your ancestors and any kind of familia advice that you're getting when people start talking about your family this week. Let's see. Your overall advice, Capricorns. This is crazy. It's the third eye chakra. So again, listening to this really, really, this is a strong message. It came out twice, the third eye chakra and the guidance. This is very key for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You have to pay attention to the inner guidance you're getting and also what you're seeing through your third eye and trusting it. So I highly recommend doing a ton of meditation. And when I say do a ton of meditation, I'm not saying go sit in meditation in silence for 4 hours a day. All I'm saying is take 5 to 10 minutes, 15 if you can spare it, a couple times throughout the day, just to breathe and get into your own inner breath. And it's going to guide you down the right path, especially with the third eye chakra. You have a lot of guidance this week, a lot of support. So that is your overall advice, Capricorns. Woohoo! All right, so we will go back to Sagittarius. Can't believe I forgot my fellow fire sign. Okay, okay. So Sagittarius, you may be feeling this is called the dry desert. So listen, I feel like this could be taken in a multi-layer 18 up and up reading, but I'm not going to take it there. You can take it how it is, but you can see these cacti in the background and you see this person standing out here in the desert. So I feel like there's some area of your life that you feel that the water and the grass is greener on the other side, and you feel like you're not getting the replenishment and nourishment you need. And that is exactly how you feel right now. So let's see what the challenge is so you can sense it and look at it before it happens or when it happens and figure out how to guide around this so you're not stuck in a dry desert all week. Because listen, there's no coconut water in the dry desert, okay? So it's all in your inner third eye, and it's a positive outlook. So your challenge is you're being negative. You don't think that you're good enough. You don't think that you're going to make it to the milk and honey, the land of, the mirage. You think it might be a mirage when you get there, but it may not be. So the challenge is, it's all about how you see it in your eye, Sagittarius. It is not a mirage. If you have a positive outlook, you're going to manifest and bring in exactly what you put out into the universe. And that is very third eye chakra energy. So I feel like the third eye chakra energy is a really repeating message that keeps coming through and through. So everyone needs to pay attention to it this week. So let's see what your overall advice is. Ooh, disruption. Okay. So there's a lot of conflict taking you in different directions. See how this man is standing there and each little part of his body is in a different direction. You need to realize that you have too many things pulling you in different directions where you're feeling depleted, and that's why you feel like you're out in this dry desert and you feel like what you really want is a mirage. You need to go within yourself and have an honest conversation. And if people are saying something similar, I don't know why this is popping up. You need to be in corporate America. You need to have 401k. You need to have health insurance that's paid for. That's not Obamacare. You need to do this path life. But really all you want to do is go on the beach and sell coconuts, and you know that you would make even more money doing that because you'd have more opportunity, more creative collaborations coming in, something like that. So you need to stop this split energy and really get into what you want and desire, because behind all this confusion is beautiful sunshine that's trying to beam through. Only you can make the decision. And that is the overall advice for my Sagittarius this week. Woo, that was a lot. Okay. All right. We have 2 more signs and then we'll go into readings. Okay, so we will go to Aquarius. Woohoo! Do we have any Aquas in the house? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Ooh, all right. I love it. Ooh, okay. So the card details. Aquarius. The devil is in the details, especially when you're trying to manifest. Similar to what I said at the beginning of this whole show, is manifesting is not letting the details get into your brain, because once you start getting into that, trying to figure every little detail out, that's when you start putting up resistance, because you're starting to put conditions on things. And I meant to mention that earlier. You guys, for everybody that's listening, when you put conditions on an outcome or on how things need to look, that's when you're putting up resistance. So the devil's in the details. So be careful with the details. So I feel like you're surrounded with a lot of chaos right now and a lot of options. So let's see what the overall challenge is. So you can spot it before it happens, and just understand that you're in the right place at the right time. So the reason why I say that is because the acceptance card popped out. So you need to accept going in the flow and, get a happy Buddha belly this week and nourish your belly with some good food and just be in the here and now, and stop trying to think about, this Sherlock Holmes mystery that you won't be able to solve, because you can't. We're human. Your brain won't be able to do that. So you just need to get in the flow and accept you are exactly where you need to be. Because whatever needs to be removed out of your life, Ganesha will do it, because elephants first of all, have the best memory in the world. And Ganesh is the remover of all obstacles. So by accepting where you are in the here and now, all of the details and all those obstacles you think are obstacles will just slowly fade away. But you have to accept that you're in the right place at the right time. You have to work on it especially hard this week. Aquarius. So the overall advice is heartache and loss. So if you don't do that, you will have heartache and loss. And that doesn't mean that there's going to be a tragedy or anything like that. But what I'm saying is you really need to pay attention to taking the control out of everything and being grounded, because the more you try to control, the more resistance. I know I keep pounding this in everyone's brain, but it's so true. So the overall advice is, if you want to stay away from any kind of emotional pain this week or disappointment, you need to stay in the now and accept you are exactly where you need to be. Okay. All right, Aquarius. All right, so moving on to last but not least, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Woohoo! Okay, this card wanted to come out. So we have the Strength card. So I feel like Pisces are in a position this week. They're actually holding the world in their hand. The world is their oyster, is what I'm hearing. And I do feel that there's a lot of strength, things that may not be, going in the direction you want or growing in the direction you want, because this is a woman that is actually a tree. And she's taking a leap of faith. That's actually her leg. So she's standing on one leg and her leg is actually pointing out to step onto something else. So it's a lot of inner strength. So I feel like you may feel a lack of inner strength with all of the weight of the world on your shoulders, or you have the strength that you need to move forward in anything that you're looking for to do this week. So the challenge is, the Understanding card. So understanding that you have the inner strength. Look at into this elephant's eye. You have the inner strength to do whatever it takes, but you're going to have to dig deep and really stand on that one foot, juggle everything, and understand this is exactly where you're supposed to be at this time and space. Because by understanding, the card that came out underneath it, and I pulled two for this group or for Pisces, is because the Belonging card wanted to come out with it. So between the understanding and belonging, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So if you feel the strength that you need to have strength, you're going to get it this week. You're going to get that inspiration. And but you have to look for it. And that may even be asking people for help or delegating. So let's see what your overall advice is. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Ooh. This card is the second time it came out tonight, the Disruption card. So again, being fragmented in thoughts, not being clear on your vision. That's why you need the strength to make a decision, to know what direction you want to take. That's the overall advice. So stop splitting your energy and, thinking you need to do this, but you want to do this, but you should do this because it's going to make everybody happy. But really, if you do the other thing, it's going to make you happy. Do what makes you happy, because that's what's going to give you the inner strength to keep moving forward. That's right, Marley. Yes, follow gut feelings, everybody, this week. That's a message for everybody. Okay. Woo. Okay, let's see what we have going on. Cool. All right, Marley, got you. Awesome. Nikki and Bill. Woohoo. Okay. All right, so let me see. So Nikki, Bill, and Marley, do you guys have specific questions? Or do you want general, or do you want career or love, or what would you like? And I will, as you're chiming in on that, I'm going to decide what cards I'm going to use. Let's see. General. Okay. All right. We'll start with these cards. Look at how cool this deck is. I love this deck. It's so fun. It's so new. It's still kind of hard to shuffle because I feel like the energy hasn't really there we go. It's like aerating wine. Okay. So the card that pulled out, it's stuck to another card. I'll take the first one. So is the Cave. So this card is interesting. So I'm literally getting the never-ending story. And I feel that you are on an adventure right now. And there's a lot of information, a lot of new things that you're being shown. but either you're hibernating in the cave or you're scared to go into a place that's unfamiliar because you see these eyes lurking of this, you know, the panther. And but you know, with this sun up here in the third eye, and also the sun that, you know, like on your seventh chakra, you know that you're being guided and it will burn off any negative energy. So that is your current energy right now. I think I'm going to, okay, I'm going to use another deck. So, okay. So this is interesting. This is a really crazy deck. It's a past life deck. So it comes up in Greco-Roman, okay? So there's a lot when this card comes out. This is a harder deck to use because it's not so in your face. And I do feel that getting that inner strength, like the Roman goddess that you are, and knowing that you can move mountains, and knowing that whatever may feel a little ancient around you and that may fall away, just know that whatever this is, it is meant to either fall apart or stand the test of time, okay? And you are a goddess. You know this. You are in your power. And so this is the advice, or this is the challenge this week, is to understand that you have this power. So by going in this new territory at the same time, it's also telling me that there's maybe something traditional that you're trying to leave behind, but you're not sure if you want to. But know that if you keep moving forward, you can carry the traditions that are serving you into this new territory, and like through this dark path of this cave that you think that you may not be able to make it out to the other side, but the light is at the other end of the tunnel. So let's see what the overall advice. I'll pull a couple cards. We know how that resonates. It feels kind of just very specific. Okay, interesting. So the Atlantis card popped out. So I used the past life for the Roman and Atlantis. These both have these structures that are unshakable and that stand the test of time. And with the Atlantis card coming in right behind the Roman card, it's all about saying that there's a rapid development happening and excellence and success right behind it. So you have to trust yourself and your inner guidance that there's a light at the end of this tunnel in this cave that you are perceived to be walking through right now. Okay, wait. The cave made me really scared, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that is reassuring. Also very accurate about the traditions. Oh, great. Okay. So yeah, don't let this scare you, because listen, I mean, it could be metaphorical. It could be anything. It could be literally like just someone around you trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And you're like, yeah, you could try, but I'm going to see the light. So I think you're totally in the right spot. You just have to have the inner strength to keep moving forward. There's a saying, you know, whenever you're going through a tough situation, they're always like, there's no way around it. You have to go through it. Because see, look at even in this card, you can't go around all this thistle. This is like the briar patch. You have to go straight through it, and you're being guided. Come on, come this way. Come on, come. Don't be scared of these eyes. You've got this. Okay. All right. So, oh, how funny. Okay. We have the Ray card. Yoga, exercise are essential to your well-being and peace of mind and a spiritual growth. So see how she has that light shining through her third eye chakra, that sunshine, the same one that is the light in the tunnel. So you have the light within you. All you have to do is ignite it, and you can walk through any darkness. There's no darkness around you at all. That's the key. You hold the key to the light. Oh my God, I love that so much. That is so cool. Okay. All right, I'll pull one more. Any other information that Marley needs to know for this week? We have windfall. This is cool. So there's either a windfall of money, abundance, but I think it's going to be a windfall of light that's going to get you through this situation and this new territory. You're being divinely guided. And look at these purple flowers. Again, representing the third eye chakra. Okay? Love it. I love it. And this monarch's like, I'm just going to chill here before I migrate down to Mexico. Oh, that's so funny. You guys, there's a book called Four Wings and a Prayer. I think I mentioned this last week, and it's how monarchs migrate from Canada down to Mexico, the same path, one way, but they just have it in their DNA. They know exactly which way to go. There's no scientific method to it at all. So with that being said, no scientific method, you may sit here and try to calculate how you're going to get through this briar patch and this thistle, but you have the inner strength and inner light within. You just need to beam it out through your third eye. Woo! That's so cool. Oh my God, that's awesome. You can tell when I start channeling, it just like, boom, it's like there. So awesome. Okay, Nikki, General. Okay. Love you, Marley. You're the best. You know, it's so funny and it's so cool that like seeing you guys every week, I feel so close to you all. And it's like you've become my online friends, but more so my friends, because now we all have side conversations, and it's like I can actually see one day all of us getting together, you know? Okay, so interesting, Nikki. Okay, we have the Village card. So let me just take a minute to see what messages I'm getting. Okay, so there's a lot of information coming in, and it's similar to the cave, but it's not. Okay, so I do feel that there is. Hold on. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of sense of this is around your home life, and I feel that there is this sense of order that you are achieving and moving forward and building this foundation into something stronger, into a beautiful, strong mountain. Okay, this mountain cannot be taken down. This doesn't look like these. This is a watermark, so it's hard to tell, or watercolors. But no matter what is going on around this mountain, it's steady, because in the foundation, it has this beautiful foundation of this. It looks like a ring with a pearl on it. And it could also be a tiara, so family tradition. So I feel like there's a lot of inner strength going on, and there might be some chaos around you, but you are in this spot where you're like, listen, I'm grounded. I've got this. Everything's where it is. And this mountain is so sturdy that nothing can take it down except the test of time. Well, not except, but like, just like natural erosion. So I feel like we're kind of going around the merry-go-round right now, but I'm just trying to get the messages out. So I feel that there's a sense of wanting to build a stronger foundation in your home life. Okay, let me get more messages because that's like very vague. I'm going to pull a past life card and see what kind of comes out. This is like a challenging reading because I've never used these past life cards. Okay, interesting. Okay, don't worry, we're going to get into the pretty cards, but the farm card popped out. So what I'm sensing is there's definitely there's a lot of tradition, and there's a lot of harvesting. I feel like, okay, with the village, I feel that that's what it is. I feel like you've planted this seed, okay? I feel like you've planted this seed, and now it's time to start irrigating it and because it's going to come to fruition, whatever this is, but it's definitely something close to your heart that gives you a sense of belonging and familia and moving forward and building this strong foundation. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. Don't worry, we're going to get there. Ooh, okay, good. We had 2 cards pop out for you. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so the 2 cards that popped out. So I feel like, okay, don't get freaked out on me. Okay, we're gonna get through this. So this card popped out. There might be some deception going on around you, and I feel like see how like these 2 cards are similar in the fact of like the light, the dark. Okay, so I feel like there's just some unsettling energy around you right now that is kind of trying to manipulate you, but you have this inner strength and this inner light that's keeping it at bay. Okay. And it could also, could also be just being surrounded by people who are arrogant, okay? Because arrogance is a very negative energy and we don't really tune into it. We just kind of accept it. But you could be surrounded by some arrogance right now. But the cool thing is, right behind it, is we have this beautiful, awesome card, okay? This motherly energy, this creation of purity, of beauty, of innocence, and nothing. You are so protected. Your angels are telling me right now you're so protected, and look how protected she is. She's protecting the baby. She's protected by her mermaid tail, and it says grandmother ocean premortal, and it's all about. I know this is a very crazy reading because I'm using very crazy combination of cards, but I think it's really cool because some really cool stuff's coming through. So I feel like it's all about getting back to your roots, okay? Getting back to what makes you feel at home, because maybe you've been going down a path doing something that isn't making you feel that comfortable, or it's not unfolding. There's something that's not making you feel comfortable, and you need to get back into the root of what it is, and know that it's okay to be innocent, to be vulnerable, and expressing it what it is. Okay. So, and I know that and the thing is if you don't take care of this with the farm card, it's going to continue to grow. Okay. So either you want it to grow in a beautiful, innocent, loving, nurturing way, or you have to be careful of it going, this could also be your ego stepping in too. Okay. Whatever this is. So let me get more messages for you. Don't worry. I never leave readings on a scary or negative note. So we're going to get through it. Okay. So the Teresa card popped out and it says, I'll show it to you and then I'll read it to you. But I love how self-nurturing she is. It says, time out. You've been so busy taking care of everybody else, which is also a negative, depleting energy of feeling manipulated because maybe you're feeling resentful. You're giving too much. That's what it is. I feel like you're feeling resentful for something you're putting a lot of energy into, and it may not be coming back the way you think or manifesting and growing the way you want it to grow. But it says, you've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs. Now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. So you need to get back to your roots and figure out what it is that's going to keep your inner light shining and make you in this safe space again, because then you can step back out into the world and handle this issue, whatever it is. But you definitely need to get back into your inner strength and understand that you can create anything. Your mind is so powerful. You can create all this beautiful energy, or you can let it go down a negative path. So what I recommend is you listening to Meditative Mind is a really cool YouTube channel. They have a ton of really cool like chakra balancing. They have 8 hours of negative energy clearing for your house. I recommend putting one of those on and just like put it on the background. Even if you're at work, just like put it on the background and clear out the negative energy, because you don't want it to start growing within inside you. You want to push it at bay, and let the light, your inner light, burn it off so you can move forward in whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Let me know if this makes sense to you. I feel like I'm kind of like going down a windy path. Oh my gosh. And you have the windfall card too. That's so crazy. So I do know that whatever this decision that you're sitting on can either go either way, but it's going to be a windfall of abundance if you take the right path and you tune into your third eye and listen to your thoughts. And as I said, the meditative mind, you need to meditate. I feel like there's a lot of meditation going on in the room tonight, but it's all about paying attention to that third eye chakra energy and seeing the purples and the white light. And that's what you should focus on when you're meditating, to keep this negative energy that's like trying to, either it's your own ego or something around you you're feeling resentful for, but you need to get down to the bottom of it and squash it before it grows into something bigger. Oh my gosh, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to pull one more card for you because I want you to feel good about this reading. Okay, yep, perfect. Trust the universe, okay? Trust the universe. Trust yourself, more importantly. This is all about inner trust, inner strength, getting back down to the root, getting back to, what is going to make you grow, and get back to that nurturing, that seed, so that it can grow in the positive light. So that's the message, is to trust. I really hope that makes sense for you, and I hope that it resonates. And if it doesn't, I can pull more cards for you too. Okay. I'm going to move on to Bill. Let me know, Nikki. Okay. All right. I hope that was a positive note I left you on. But those are the messages I'm getting. It took me a minute to get there, but I got there. All right, Bill. Bill. All right, general. Okay. Ooh, cool. So this is actually, hold on, there's a card stuck behind it. So the card that popped out is the Sustainer. This is cool. This is really positive energy. Oh, career. Okay, that's cool. So the Sustainer, that's what it is. All about sustaining your finances, sustaining the foundation. You know intuitively where you need to take things, and you've been cultivating. This is like a Play-Doh type thing with these hands molding it, this clay. So you've been working on something and building a really strong foundation in your career, or you had an idea in your third eye, your mind's eye, of what you want to create next. Okay, good, Nikki. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm really hoping it's good. So I feel like you either have been working on something in your career, or there's something in your third eye that you know that you want to create. And I'm going to pull a past life card. These are kind of weird, wacky cards, right? But the messages are coming through. So let's see. What does Bill need to know about the career? Okay, interesting. So the card male and female came out. Oh, Marley, you're welcome. Love you, girl. Have a good night's sleep. Good night. Okay, so Bill, this is all about yin and yang, balancing the masculine and feminine energies. And when this comes to career, this is all about making sure that you're balancing your home life and your work life, because the home life is the female traditionally and the work life is the male. But that's like this, these are past life cards. So this is all about family tradition, right? like that song, like that country song. But so making sure that you have things balanced and you aren't turning your back on work when you should be focusing on home, or turning your back on work when you should be focusing on work, or turn your back on home when you should be focusing at home. Does that make sense? So let's see. Let me get more cards. Okay, let's see. Interesting. So the mermaid card came out. It's time and tide. So it's planning things at the right time. I feel like with the career, so more so with the sustainer card, is I really feel that it's all about timing, and in your mind's eye, you know the right time to make a move in your career, whether to take a promotion or start something new, go to a new company. You know that right now the tide is going out, so it's time to just take a break and just reassess. And and also focus on your love life right now, because the career and all these waves of the career, they're heading back out to sea. They'll come back into the shore, and then you can focus in on the career. So I feel like you need to focus in on your love life and balancing out the yin and yang energies. And I'll leave that to you to decide. I mean, I'll pull some cards to see what the yin and yang is, but I think that, there's nothing wrong with spending more time at home. And with people that are helping you build your home life, you can spend time at home and be distracted by social media, things like that. So you need to focus in on the people that are in your life, in your physical home, or that make you feel at home. So hold on, my voice is starting to crack, which tells me that your throat chakra is blocked. Because also with the sustainer card, the blue is also, blue is your throat chakra, purple, indigo. So I do feel like there's something that you might need to say in your home life. Okay, so we have the Shanti card, which I love Shanti. One of my friend's dog's name is Shanti, which is peace. And it says, I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So perfect. The time and tide, taking time out, getting into the sand, step out of the chaos for a little while, let yourself relax and really just get into this peaceful state of just being, because maybe you're trying to build something too fast. Because I do remember when I pulled the Scorpio card, it was the follow the leader card with the windy path going up to the tree with the clock at the end of it, the 10 to 12. And I think that you need to let go a little bit of trying to get to the end game, and know that by taking some time out and chilling on the beach and getting out of the crazy ocean waves and spending some more time within self-love or love within others, that things are going to smooth out. Okay. Let's see what the butterflies have to say for you, the monarchs. If the windfall card pops out again, I'm literally going to just fall on the floor. Okay, no, it didn't, but a great card popped out. It says, be true to you. Okay, so I feel like maybe, honestly, what all these cards are telling me is I feel that maybe you're being pulled in a lot of different directions, or you feel like you need to be everybody's everything. But I feel like you need to focus on yourself, and also your home, like the things that make you feel at home, your creature comforts, the people around you that that you love, and especially with the time and tide, she's drawing a heart in the sand. Okay, so you don't have to be out in the ocean being a warrior And with the yin and yang card, with the male and female, maybe you need to step a little bit more in your feminine energy. There's nothing wrong with that, and getting more into your home life. So this is really focused on home. And I know that's you wanted to know about career, but I'm just doing what the cards want. So let me get more clarifiers for that. I mean, it is career, you wanted to know about career. There's an opportunity coming into you, or you're thinking about it. So this is actually what I'm thinking, Bill. I think that as the sustainer, you're completely grounded right now and you're strong in your career. You know there's something that else you want to do or you want to manifest. And I think in your third eye, it's not the right time, because if you try to rush it, the timing is going to be off. So since you have this time, that's why I'm hearing that you need to focus in on your home life while you have the time, because I feel like this new opportunity or this new thing you're focusing on is going to end up taking a lot of your energy, where you're going to have to work harder on balancing the home life and the work life. But right now you have a gift of spending time at home. But at the same time, I do feel that you are distracted by some things on social media or things that you're at home. You're not really there. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting. Woo. Okay. So for you, we're getting the yoga card. So Bill, it's all about getting into this space of, again, look at that jewel on right above his third eye and his crown chakra, using your gut feelings, knowing where to deplete your energy and where to save it, because that's what the tides are. The tides are ruled by the moon, and the tides come in, they come out. They come in really slowly. Sometimes they come in really crazy. They go back out, they retreat. And I think that this, and you are in a space right now where you have this opportunity where the tide is out. You can just chill. So get into that space and build those relationships that are around you. Okay. All right. I'll pull one more card. Interesting. Oh my God. This card is so cool. It says bodies of water. Okay. This is cool. It says spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. So you have been running yourself on empty out there in the waves. It's time for you to spend time by the water, okay? Not in the water. That's so cool. I love that. I love it. This card is really beautiful because she's standing on this cliff and it looks like there's white ribbon around her. It's actually water. So the water is coming down from the mountain and it's spinning around her, and she's manipulating it because she's not in the chaos. She's able to see what she can do with the magic of water just by getting recharged and not being depleted and going upstream. This is actually a waterfall, but going upstream or fighting the tide. She's going with the tide. She's going with the releasing of the energy, recharging her batteries. Woo! That's what I have for you. Oh my God, that was awesome. That was so cool. I think, is it just me, you, and Nikki left? I mean, hard to say. I don't know if Donna's still here. I know Marley went to bed. That is so cool. I can't even really remember the combination of decks I used. I just remember the main, these and the past live ones. Oh, cool. The reading is spot on. Good. It's funny because whenever I'm doing readings, sometimes it takes me, it's like connecting dots. It's like playing chess in my brain. And so I get all these messages and I'm connecting them and then moving them around. And then all of a sudden I see the clear picture and it's just like, boom, there it is. And then everything else just like amplifies it and clarifies it. So it's pretty cool. You do like the past life deck. Cool. Yeah, there's some interesting cards in here. There's Asia, Celtic, and I mean, it comes with a book, but I don't really pay attention to the book because I just see what like knighthood is in here. Orphan, which is, you know, kind of like that same card with the Night King from the other deck. Oh, there's an Atlantis card. That's cool. Hey, really cool side note, you guys. Before we pop off, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much. I really hope these readings are awesome. A fun thing to watch on Netflix is My Octopus Teacher. It's a really cool documentary with this guy. He's in a rough part of his life. And actually, Bill, I really feel like you should watch this, especially because you're reading. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you a brief synopsis. It's not going to ruin anything. It's a documentary of this guy who builds a relationship with his octopus underwater. And there's a similar one where this guy does a thing with the dolphin. That's the Dolphin IMAX. It's no longer available on Netflix. But this one is recent, My Octopus Teacher. And it talks about how they build this relationship because he's working such a crazy life. And he just finds this solace going back into the water. So he literally just free dives with his snorkel and spends all this time with this octopus. It's super cool. You should totally watch it. I watched it last night. It's awesome. Cool. You definitely should. Awesome. I'm going to pull one overall card for us, message for whoever's left, for the three of us, at least for sure that I know that's here in the room. All right. Okay. Interesting. This is so perfect. The overall card for everybody is concentration. So again, back to the meditation, what we were talking about, and I talked about for the first 20 minutes of the show. I didn't realize I was going to go on a huge tangent like that, especially since I didn't know what I was going to talk about when I first came on. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about tonight? And then boom, it just all came out. So anyway, I'm so happy that everyone came tonight. Every Monday night, of course, even if I don't post on Facebook or Instagram, you know where to find me. You know how to get a hold of me. I love you all so much, and I'm so happy. I can't wait for us to be finished with this new moon, or the full moon, the end of on Halloween night on Saturday. So be safe when you're out there trick-or-treating. It's a blue moon. Only happens once every allegedly 3 years. So it's very powerful. It's very amplified. So make sure that you're releasing and setting any kind of intentions with positivity and using your gut feelings with everything, especially since it is Halloween. It is deceptive. It's Scorpio energy. Okay. So arm yourself, sage, make sure you have your energy field protected so people don't drain your energy. And that's my overall heartfelt advice for everybody and myself for this week. So you guys all have a wonderful good night's sleep, and I will see you next week. All right. Love and light, everybody. Bye.